And a pleasant good morning to you guys. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're located in Frederick, Colorado. Want to thank you guys for tuning in today. And as you guys can see behind me, we got a unique color. This one is a midnight blue Freightliner M2 106 Summit hauler conversion. Finally, we are able to get this truck on our video feed today. It has been online for a couple days now. So for all those who have called in and wanted to make sure that truck is available, right now it is available for purchase. So we're going to go over this unit today. Again, it is midnight blue. This one just came on our lot, ready to head out the road. And if you're the lucky person, please give me a call and we'll go over some of those details for you guys. But again, sweet color. If we come a little bit closer to that color with the sun hitting on there, you could actually see those silver flakes on here. So it does have this nice color. And again, it all depends on where the sun hits. It will show you darker or lighter blue, which I love a lot. Coming up front here, we have that 3-piece Summit hauler grill. Again, designed by the C9 company. I want to thank you guys out there for treating us well with all our designs. But again, this 3-piece grill does make that front end of that truck look pretty awesome. Again, with that 3-piece grill, we do have that 3-piece bumper. Again, any damage to any of those single bumpers here, all you have to replace is that damaged part. So you don't have to replace the full lower bumper here. In our newer models, we do have those LED headlamps. Again, if you decide to add some fog lamps, I've seen people take those grills out before, put a light bar in here, or put it down here. So it all depends on what you want to do with this unit. But those lights already up front are really bright. So that's something to look forward to. Again, huge windshield. We do have that visor on top, dual air horns. Again, I've mentioned before about CB radio pre-install. This one doesn't come pre-installed with a CB radio, but this one does have that radio antenna. Again, if you do want to add a CB radio, we can install it from scratch onto this truck. Let's take a look underneath the hood. As we open up the hood here, guys, this is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is a L9. It's also partnered with the Allison 3200 TRV 6-speed automatic transmission. This unit produces 360 horsepower and about 1,125 foot-pounds of torque. So again, clean engine. One thing I like to mention here, again, with Freightliner, everything is clearly labeled. We're looking at right here, power steering fluid, fuel filter, water separator, and then we have a few fuses in here. Again, all clearly labeled. So this is one part where you find fuses, and as we go around, I'll show you where the other fuses are, just in case something blows, a fuse blows, you know exactly what areas to look for. So everything for the engine parts are underneath the hood. Again, as we look underneath the hood here, we show you the positive and negative studs for that unit. Batteries are underneath that back bench seat, so if you want access to jump in or test in, those negative and positive studs are right here. Michelin tires. We have 255 80R 22.5s on all of our trucks. And again, with Summit hauler, we do put those auto balancers on all 4 corners of this truck. The hood is very easy to close in case you are working and the wind blow and pushes this hood. Again, it does have that soft close. It doesn't just drop on you, enough time to get out of the way or see it coming and kind of like hold it down, because with that soft close, it doesn't just slam. You actually have to push it down a little bit to actually close it fully. So each side we have tight straps like these. Remember, keep your fingers away from the strap, so when you put it in, it doesn't snap on your finger and get your finger stuck in here or some of the skin. You don't want that injury. Again, we do have those breakaway mirrors in case you are in a tight spot, hit a branch or something, going into those campsites. This comes in very handy, and of course, it doesn't break your mirrors or having to affect, having to buy a whole set of mirrors again. So that feature does come in very handy. As we come down here, we do have our engine block heater. Majority of the time is that silver area here. And then of course that black area here will be your trickle charger for your batteries. And as we mentioned, the batteries, like I said, it is located underneath that back seat. So you do have 4 screws to remove. This compartment comes out and then you have full access to those batteries underneath here. As the back door is open, I want to show you guys that bench seat. We do have black leather with that white stitching throughout. We do have charging in that center console here. As we zoom a little bit closer to that, we do have a couple USBs and 110 plugins. And as we pan out, we look at the door panels. I love the way that we designed the door panels with the Summit Hauler logo, and of course speakers on all 4 doors. We do have that carbon fiber look on the handles going in and out. I know we've had some issues in the past with those dips, but we are making it better now so it doesn't chip on you or whatever. But those are very slick, very nice. And again, you do have that 4-point entry in the back here. You got a handle here, handle on the door, one up here and one up here. So very easy to go in and out of this truck. So height would not matter in this case. And then of course the front seats. We do have the air ride front seats, heated seats, and of course you have armrests on both sides of that seat so you could drive in comfort. Since we're down here, I want to show you guys how this is adjusted to be able to adjust those seats. There is this wheel underneath here. It's very hard when we sit inside and try to show you guys this, but this is a nice view of what to look for to adjust those handles. So you go this way or you go down to allow it to go lower, and as you twist the opposite way, it will keep it or have it go higher. Okay, you got your steering wheel, all your pedals down here. That center pedal down here will adjust your steering wheel. Keys, all your light options here to turn on your headlamps. Right next to it, you have an increase and a decrease button. If we could just pan a little bit closer, you guys will see that on that right-hand side. This will increase the lighting on your dash. And again, same door panels on the front. And underneath that driver's seat, let me just raise that seat a little bit here. We do have that battery disconnect. Let's talk about the storage boxes in here. Again, we try to use as much real estate as possible underneath here to allow more storage. We do have an air line and an air supply for putting air into your trailers, all diamond plated inside. Again, we do have that liner around the doors to avoid moisture going in and out. Those doors are lockable. And of course, you have your back storage here, goes all the way in. And as we continue in the back, all LED lights in the back here. Again, we do have that light test button on that dash in front. So when you do testing those lights on this truck, those 2 white lights on the bottom and the 2 on top, those 4 lights will not come on during your light test sequence. So whenever you come out and you realize those 4 lights are not working, that's because it's on a separate switch. The only way it comes on is if you put the vehicle in reverse or you turn on that cargo lamp switch. So during your light test button, for all those who have seen that and called during the light test procedure and realize those lights don't work during that time, that's because it's not tagged into that light test sequence. It only turns on when you put the vehicle in reverse and that cargo light switch, so you know ahead of time, so you don't freak out during that process. You got a 15,000-pound bumper pull hitch. Again, your Voyager camera system. If you decide to put a camera or 2 onto your trailer, you have access to plug it in here and send that feed to that screen we have on top. We do have a B&W turnover ball hitch on this unit. Again, we can upgrade to a Hensley trailer saver hitch at a minimum cost to you guys, but again, this one is already hooked up with a gooseneck ball. Diamond plated with tracks for tie downs, and you do have that back area if you decide to order a storage box. And our company who does that needs about a 8 to 10 week lead time to get it made and delivered to you guys. And above here, center, if we kind of go on this side to avoid the sun a little bit, you guys will see one camera on the headache rack. That camera will give you that view of the back end of that unit. Even with your trailer set up on this truck, you will be able to see the sides of this, the camera view on the sides. And even with the storage boxes on the passenger side, same real estate, same size with LED lighting inside. Again, this little switch here will turn on those lights or turn it off. So you do have access here. Once you open those doors, those lights will activate. On the driver's side, you do have a 50-gallon tank and a 6-gallon def tank. On the passenger side, you have the same 50-gallon tank over here, so you have 100 gallons in total. Again, this is lockable. All LED lights throughout the whole unit, and again, you do have that passenger side strap down, so make sure before hitting the road, you tie down your hood to the truck. Let's jump inside, kind of show you the interior features. So underneath the driver steering wheel, there is a fuse box for all the interior stuff, for your alarm system, for your heated seats. Everything is clearly labeled. You'll see it underneath the steering wheel near the pedals. And we also have fuses behind the back bench of this truck. Just gonna turn this on quickly. All right, let's start from bottom up. So we do have our engine brake switches here. The first one here will turn it on. The second one will give you a high and low setting. In some units, you will find only one switch, which is just the engine brake switch. On other units, you'll get two. So I've been seeing a lot of those coming in with two switches. So just wanted to mention to you guys, this one turns it on, high and low. And of course, you can switch that off. Same for your cruise control. This switch is to turn it on. This is to set it and accelerate, cancel, turn off. Right next to it here is your marker light. And next to it here is your manual region button. Coming down here, traction control switch, rear differential lock, all 4 power windows. So the 2 front, the 2 back. That optional switch or cargo lights lamp switch, you could actually label that if you want. But this one will turn on those 4 lights I mentioned earlier. Down here is your power locks. We do have a rear AC and heat. So this blue one will give you the cold air. And right next to it is the fan levels. So you have a high, medium, and low setting. Center will turn it off. The red switch down will turn on the heat. And you have 4 charging USB plugins. This is for only charging. You got your heated mirrors, red dump switch, and of course that light test button I mentioned earlier. Once you plug in your trailer to the truck, or if you just want to test all the lights on the truck only, it all depends where you are and what you're trying to do. You could trigger this. The AC, if you have it on, or heat, if you have it on, it will actually shut off for a little bit. Your stereo will shut off for a little bit, so you could actually hit a countdown on that light test button. Once that activates, you go outside, you walk around the vehicle. If you have your trailer hooked up, you walk around the trailer and the truck. All your lights, majority of your lights will be blinking, except for those 4 lights like I mentioned. Again, you can check to see if there's any lights blown out. Make sure everything is good before hitting the road. Once you're done, you come back in the here, you switch this back, you switch this light test button off. Your stereo will come back on, your AC will come back on. That's how you know your light test sequence is over. This truck is air brakes, so you do have your air supply here for your air brakes. This is pre-plumbed for your air brake trailer, so you have that switch here. Over here is your main cab AC. This is a subwoofer knob, so you do have a subwoofer underneath that back seat. This to increase the volume or decrease the button on that subwoofer. This little plastic here, once you open it up, I'm in the wrong position here, but this one does have a USB and a HDMI cable. So with that USB, You could plug in your phones and you will get that Apple and Android capability on your screen. And of course, we deal with the Red Arc trailer brake system on this unit, so you do have the Red Arc system here. Cup holders, we got 4 in total here and 1 extra one for your passenger up front. And of course, you got a nice little storage box in here with a LED lamp so you could see inside. The front seats are the same, black leather with air ride and heat. Up here we got some storage and storage in here, and of course that Voyager camera system here. And the view might not be all perfect on the camera right now, but you do have a clear view of the rear of that truck. And again, even with the wide view or the wide angle on that camera, even with the trailer hooked up, you can still see the 2 sides of your trailer and truck, so you could actually view your blind spots in certain areas and actually see what's going on in the back end of that truck. Coming up top, we have some reading lights, and of course we got that mood light, okay, and we call it that infinity lighting. And of course you can switch that on or off as needed. And then you have that little blue light switch that will turn on this little blue light here. Gives you a nice little extra lighting at night. So again, you have those options here. So this unit is brand new. Even though it says 2,100 miles, again, there are some tests that are run on some of those trucks. So you will find some with 800 miles, you would find some with 100, some with 2,000. It all depends on what they use the truck for at the time before it gets to our location for conversion. You will find some of those trucks. But again, full warranty is on those trucks. Give me a call if you guys are interested. We do offer financing. We do take trade-ins. And of course, you know, the sky's the limit when it comes to different options here for delivery. If you want to come and pick it up, we can pick you up from the airport. So it all depends on what you guys are looking for. Again, this unit is available as we speak. Give me a call today or tomorrow or next week if it's still available. Call myself or Larry Vickers and we'll definitely help you guys out. In the meantime, have yourself a wonderful rest of the week. Again, we got more awesome units coming in. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.